Okay, hello everybody. My name is Rosie Coronado and I'm with the Boyum team based out of Atlanta. And today we're going to go over a scenario in print and delivery. What you see on the screen is you all are familiar most likely with the B1 usability package, which is our main product. And the circles around the usability package are modules within the usability package. They're called productivity packages. And the one very popular one is print and delivery. And we're going to go over that today, a scenario I'm going to build with you. The items you see on the left is CRM for Outlook. That's an integration we have for Outlook. And also we have an add-on now for B1 iPayment where you can use credit cards as payment in SAP Business One. What is print and delivery? As many of you know, it's a Crystal report integration. It's a very easy tool to use to send out emails to your customers, or you can schedule group emails. For example, by the end of the month, you can send out account balances to your customers. Today's scenario, what we're going to do is we're going to pretend we have a new customer, and as we know, sometimes when you have a new customer, you want to send some extra documents. For example, you want to send a welcome letter, you want to send maybe a catalog with it with all your items in there, etc. But you only want to do it after they put in the first order or the first quote, whatever fits your company's need or your customer's needs. So we're going to set up a print and delivery action. When it's the first time customer, it does extra attachments, but once for all other sales orders coming up, they're just gonna get the regular email. Okay? So I'm gonna go into the system. And the first thing I'm gonna do, I'm gonna set up a new customer really quick. Let's see. And I'm gonna put myself as a contact person. Okay, so that's a brand new customer. And now I'm going to go over to administration. I'm going to go to add-ons, and I'm sure you're pretty familiar with that. I'm going to go to the usability package, to module configuration, and to print and delivery. I'm not sure how familiar you are with print and delivery. You have a Crystal report definition. Once it's installed, you have to attach the reports you want to use. For example, I have a Crystal report right here I'm using for all my sales and purchase documents. This actually comes with print and delivery. So I'm going to leave this Crystal report for our example today. Once you have all your Crystal reports attached, for example, here's an activity Crystal report you want to use when you send out activities. Okay, so you attach your Crystal reports here, you name it. Name it so you know what to pick later on. Then you have report actions. Report actions is where you tell print and delivery what you want it to do. I have some examples in here. For example, I have this one is like I want to print the report. Then I have an option here, I want to show the report, that's print preview and so on, save the report. So this one, for example, is I want to email the report. As you see, you set up the body of your email. You can do plain text or HTML if you're familiar with that. Then on the bottom you tell it what you want it to do, who should get the email, the selected contact person on the document, the default contact person on the BP. You have several options to do so. You can also set email categories on the contact tab on the business partner, and you can set a category and send it to a special category. And then on the bottom you can say, okay, I want to save it as a draft or I want to send it directly. So this is very straightforward. You're going to go in here then, and then you go to report configuration. And if I look at my sales order, that's going to be our sample today. Sales order. Here I have attached the crystal report, which you saw right there. That comes from the definition. Then when I print the report, I want to print the report and so on. And right now I have, when I email the report, when I email the sales order, this is what I wanted to email. But today what we're going to do is we're going to create a new action because we want to have a conditional action. So I'm going to go to add. Always leave that code, as you know with the Boyum products, always I would recommend leave the code that's assigned. I'm going to call it conditional sales order action. And what I'm going to do right here, I'm going to say conditional action. Okay? So what I'm going to do here, I'm going to do an if and select statement. So I'm going to click on here. I'm going to say if select, so it fills it in for you. Now you put your SQL condition in there. For today's sample, we're going to say if select, oops, sorry about that. Select the count from the document number. Oops, I can type, I'm sorry about that. From ORPC, which is my ORDR, which is my sales order table, where card code is equal, and you all know how to get that syntax when I go to my sales order. Oops. If I go to my sales order and I open up a sales order right here, I'm going to right click on my customer code and copy information. This is my item syntax. So I'm going to tell it where that item code is less or equal to 1. Let me check my formula. Select count of my documents from ORDR, which is the sales orders where card code equals the code and it's less or equal to 1. So when this is the case, I wanted to send this action. I'm just going to call it first mail. And if this is not the case, I'm going to say existing. Okay? So here's my SQL statement. And now I'm going to, of course, I have to put my conditions down here. I'm going to say add. So I'm going to say first mail. On my first mail, what do I want it to do? I'm going to make sure I type it correctly. So I need to add an action to my first mail. I'm going to do a new action. So what I'm going to do it on the first mail, I'm going to say first time customer sales order. And what I'm going to say, I want to have a multiple action. I don't want it just to send an email, but I want to do more. I want to do create an activity or an internal message, okay? So I'm going to click add here. I'm going to tab off, and I'm going to create my new actions from here, okay? So my action is the first one. I'm going to say, of course, I want to email the report. So sales order, first time customer. I call it, okay? So right here, what you put in here is the subject. You can put dear, and then you can put the customer syntax. For example, on the business partner, it is number 7. If I go to business partner, and I look at my syntax here. It's number 5. On the sales order is number 4. Let's stick with the number 4. Okay, dear. I'm gonna paste this. We do a space here, and I'm sorry it's so small here. And there's a, we want to welcome you as a partner at Boyum IT, for example, and we are really looking forward working with you, and so on. So you can put in there whatever you would like to put in there. And then you can say, see attached documents, for example, and then if you can do object name for your sales order or see attached documents. We're going to leave it on this for this one. Attached, I really can spell. Attached documents, okay? And then you can say kind regards, and then you do a syntax, for example, and you do company name. Oops, that's wrong. Long bracket. Okay, so this is the welcome, my first time, and then I want to send it. I'm going to click add right here. I'm going to send it to default contact person, for example. The attachment template you can put in there. You can say for example, object name. This is really neat right here. If you are working a print and delivery, make sure you click on this. Our developers are really good explaining what that means. For example, object name, keyword to give back the name of the type of document. So no matter what you send, if it's an error invoice, it will pick it up for you. So you don't, you just, on your email, you just put the object name and it knows. BP. So this is the object name, and then we also I wanted to do it uppercase, and we also want to attach maybe the document number. That's always a good one to send, and in our case it would be, if I right click right here, copy system information is number 8. Okay, so we're going to put that here, paste, and I'm just going to put 0 here instead of number. Okay, that looks right. Okay, so I'm going to say, okay, this is my first email. I want to do additional documents. So I'm going to go out there, and I'm going to go and attach, for example, I'm going to attach, let's go in here, documentation. I want to attach just understanding macro comments, for example. This is just so you see the guide to go live checklist, for example. So this is what I want to attach on my first email, and I say okay. So you see 2 attachments, 2 PDF attachments. Okay. As I said, here you can, who do you want to send it to? You decide who do you want to send it to. On the bottom you see I'm using Outlook, and I will show it to you. I'm using Outlook, and I want to create a draft. Okay, so I believe this is what I have, and I'm going to click add. So if I go back right here, so my multiple action, I have my email already set up. But not I only want to do an email, I really want also to create an activity. Okay, first time sales order activity, and here you have your options, create activity. Okay, I want to send a note, the default contact person, please follow up, just send first order, for example. I can attach a document, and then I can also link that sales order to the activity, as you know, in SAP Business One. So you can put, of course, a text in here, whatever fits your need. So I'm going to click add. So the activity is added too. I'm going to do another add, and not just do I want to do an activity, I also want to first time sales order internal message. I'm just going to name it like this so it's easier. So I also want to create internal message. Who do I want to send this internal message when you do send a first order? I want to send it to the manager if I find it. So I get it. There we go. And you can also attach the document. Okay, you can put a message in there, whatever fits your need. I'm going to click add right here. Oh, I didn't like something. Let me do this. Jason Butler. Normal subject, new customer. There we go. It needed a subject. Yes, I should know in SAP Business One. So I have 3 actions now. So when I have a new customer and do a sales order, it should do all those 3, those report actions. So my report action is RA004. I'm going to click add. And it's done. So I attach this action to my first mail. So if I click here, here it is. Okay? So now I gotta tell the system, okay, if it's an existing customer, what do I want to do then? So we're gonna do a second line. We're gonna do existing. And I'm gonna choose actually the one that's already set up, the email document report, which is this one. We looked at it. So because if it's already an existing customer, I just want to email their report. Nothing else. Okay? So this all looks good. Hopefully I don't have a typo, and I'm going to click add to this action. So what I have to move over to a different database. Didn't really want to do that. I'm going to find it by action. No, it's not, but it's not going to. And I don't want to change that because it's going to. Let me try that. Now the next thing you have to do is when you go to report report configuration. So here on the sales order I have, as we looked at it before, on the email button I want to do 4, but I wanted to do the conditional one. I wanted to do the one I just set up. If I drill back down, here is my first mail, my existing customer, and so on. Okay, I'm going to update. Sales order. Let me see if I have one in there. Okay, if you look, I have Brandon Louisville has only one sales order. So when I hit mail, it should give me like a welcome email, and I can set up a customer. And it should come over to my, let me move it over, my Outlook. Here it is. You just saw it coming in. So here's like welcome to our to a great partnership. It's a little bit of different text I have here, and I don't have an email attached, but it attaches the sales order, installation, upgrade, and checklist. Okay, so if I go now to a different to Maxitech, I know Maxitech has more than one sales order already. So you see right here, it has a different email body. It's the second one, the existing one. Okay? So that's telling you when you can really be creative with these customers in this group or whatsoever. You can make the print and deliver, make it automated for you. If I go to my activities, for example, And if I go to my last activity, here you see 613 first mail. This is a new customer and it linked the sales order. Okay, that was just done with the new customer. If I go right here, you see new customers. You could tell I was testing it yesterday a lot. The 13 hasn't come in. It does it every 5 minutes. So you get an internal message. You get an activity, whatever you need to do. If I create, just to show you a new customer really quick, since it didn't like me on the other side. See, webinar. So I'm going to create this customer right here. I'm going to just put my email address. And so I'm going to have this new customer, and what I'm going to do, I don't have a button, should have created some buttons. Okay, I'm going to create just a quick sales order, and I'm going to add it. Let me actually put a total in there, so otherwise it doesn't make sense. Okay, I'm going to add it, and now I'm going to go ahead and pull it back up, and I'm going to email it, and it's going to create the activity. And you see, there we go. Dear Bill, we want to welcome you, and you're going to have the 3 attachment. And if I would do the second invoice, the second sales order, it will not, it will go over to this kind of email. Okay, and I should have an activity now for this one also. And if I go to business partner activity, there should be another email webinar. You see that activity was done by webinar. Okay, and also when I did the activity here, I had a reminder set. You guys are aware how activities work. I had a reminder set in 3 days. Give me a message that I should call them. And I just got the internal messages, you see it, because it said every 5 minutes. So here is my new customer. First sales order was sent to the customer, and then there is another one. Okay, so this gives you an idea how creative you can get. Put conditions in there. It's especially when, you know, if there's a new customer, you have to send different documents. That makes it so much easier for the users, for your customers, or for yourself. And it's really under report actions. Like I said, the recording will be out there. It will be posted. I also will create a document with the exact steps to be going out there for you to download, so you can follow this example. And I apologize that I had a little bit of hiccup with the database. I meant good. I went to a brand new database, so it's not so busy, but I think you guys got the idea what it can do, and hopefully I didn't go too fast. But for right now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to try, if you have any questions, can you raise your hand or type it in? I'm going to try to unmute you. If there's any questions, or if you want to email me later with questions, or whatever you need, you let me know. I'd be more than happy to help you. No questions I see right now. Okay. Let me ask you this. I hope you guys enjoyed the session. Maybe I get an answer now. Okay. I hope. Again, I hope you enjoyed the session. I hope it gave you some ideas how you guys can move forward. I do apologize for this morning's mix-up. with the time. There was a little bit of mix-up. So you know how to get a free trial if you don't have it in place yet, or for your customers, feel free. We have a lot of YouTube videos. Search it by the title. We really strive to have everything out there for you because we want you to be successful. We have e-learning videos out there, and anything you need, you know where to find us. Thank you so much for your time. I'm sorry about the little hiccup on that one database, but hopefully you got a good idea what you can do. And as I said, if you have any questions, please don't hesitate to contact us. We are here for you.